that phenomenon. Real quickly, you had one, yeah.
Society safe.
How do you keep an open society safe? Got to go sign the book now. You always regret taking the last question. No, it's actually in some ways it's the last chapter of the book. Because there's always a tie-in. But what I argue in the last chapter of the book is called 11-9 or 9/11. Because what I basically argue is when the world gets flat, everything basically gets commoditized, except one thing, and that's imagination. The tools of collaboration are going to be made available to everyone, and the flat world is a friend of Infosys and of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is just an open source global supply chain. That's all it is today. So they both play off the flat world. So the real differentiator, if the tools are going to be available to everyone, is what you do with those tools, what imagination you bring to them. And what we saw in the last 2 decades is what I would argue is 2 competing forms of imagination. One, the imagination of 11-9 that brought down the Berlin Wall, and the other, the imagination of 9/11 that brought down the Twin Towers. Someone in Hungary in 1989, in September 1989, I don't know who it was, but somebody said, imagine if we have our border to East Germany open, and then we open our border to Austria. All these people from East Germany could come out through Hungary and out the back door to Austria. That could bring down the Berlin Wall. Somebody said that. Unfortunately, we also know that in Kandahar, Afghanistan, someone said, imagine if we hit the Twin Towers between the 94th and 98th floors. We could bring them down. And those are the 2 competing forms of imagination in the world today. And it seems to me that, it sounds ridiculous to even say this, but this is our challenge. How do we get more people to have a positive imagination? Because that is the most important strategic issue of our day. Because the tools are of the open, and there aren't enough police to police every opening in an open society. And so the software has to be internal, not external. And how you do that, I mean, I toss out, my own ideas, in the last chapter about just how you get more people to have a positive imagination. One of the examples I give actually is eBay. eBay's like a country. It's the closest thing to a virtual country there is. $100 billion economy, 38 million people. So Meg Whitman, the head of eBay, told me this wonderful story for the book that right after they went public, stocks going up $80, right at the height of the .com bubble. Down 50, up 80. So she's in the office one day, and her secretary comes in. She tells the story in the book, and secretary says, it's Arthur Levitt on the phone. Arthur Levitt was head of the Security and Exchange Commission then. You don't want to get a phone call from Arthur Levitt. It's your stock going up and down. So she calls in the chief legal counsel, and they put him on the speakerphone. And she says, hi, this is Meg Whitman. She tells it in a wonderful way. And he says, hi, this is Arthur Levitt. And he says, I'm just calling. I know you just went public. How did it all go? Did the SEC do their job? Wonderful. Couldn't have been better. I mean, just everything totally smooth. And then he says, well, there is another reason for my phone call. I just got my first blue star on eBay for having 10 trades that were approved by other people. And I just want to tell you how excited that was. And he trades in pre-Depression era glass, evidently. And Meg tells the story because, she just says, everybody loves to get a blue star, Everybody loves positive affirmation. And where in the world can more people get up and see people say nice things about them than eBay every morning, if you're a good citizen, And so it's really, what I'm really talking about is kind of what the Village does, and eBay is a good example of it. So how you get more people to have a positive imagination, I think that's a really hard challenge, but it is a strategic issue.